Hello there. I'm Dr. Amelia, and I'd like to talk to you about something that affects nearly every person over 60. But most people don't even realize it's happening until one day. It's too late. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your knees tremble just a little more than they used to? Or carried groceries and thought, why does this feel heavier than before? Or maybe you used to take long walks, but now your legs tire halfway down the street? If you nodded yes to any of these, you're not alone. What you're experiencing isn't just getting older. It's something far more specific, and thankfully, reversible. It's called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that happens as we age. I've seen it in thousands of patients over my 20 years of medical practice, men and women who eat well, take supplements, even exercise. Yet they keep losing muscle, feeling weaker, and wondering why. And here's the truth that most people never hear. The battle against muscle loss isn't won in the gym, it's won in the kitchen, especially at breakfast. Every morning, your body wakes up in a fragile state. You've just spent 7 to 8 hours fasting. Your muscles have been repairing micro tears, the tiny cracks that come from daily use. Now imagine this. Your body is like a construction crew that's been working all night. Morning arrives, the workers are exhausted, and what you feed them for breakfast decides whether they'll rebuild stronger or watch the building crumble. But here's what breaks my heart. Most seniors, even the ones who truly care about their health, start their day with foods that secretly destroy muscle. They believe they're eating healthy, when in fact they're sabotaging their body's ability to repair and grow. Let me show you what I mean. I'll start with the foods you probably have in your kitchen right now, the ones that feel harmless, until they're not. A few years ago, one of my patients, Margaret, 62, came to me frustrated. She exercised 3 times a week, took calcium and vitamin D, but she still felt weaker every month. When I looked at her diet, I found the culprit. 2 slices of white toast every morning. She smiled and said, "Doctor, it's just bread." How bad can that be? Well, here's what happens. The moment white bread hits your stomach, it turns into pure sugar. Your body releases insulin to control that spike. But high insulin doesn't just handle sugar. It also shuts down your muscles' ability to use protein for repair. So instead of rebuilding, your muscles go into lockdown. And when that sugar crash comes a few hours later, your body starts breaking down its own muscle tissue just to make more energy. You're literally eating your muscles, one slice at a time. Margaret stopped her white toast habit and switched to a protein-based breakfast. Within 2 weeks, she could stand up without pushing off her chair. Her energy returned. She told me, "I feel like I got my 40-year-old legs back." Now this one hurts, doesn't it? I know how sacred that first cup of coffee feels in the morning. But let me tell you what it does inside your body. When caffeine hits your empty stomach, it signals your adrenal glands to release cortisol, your body's stress hormone. And cortisol is like acid to your muscles. It tells your body, "We're in danger, break down tissue for energy." So before you've even eaten breakfast, your muscles are literally being dismantled. I once treated James, a 62-year-old security guard who relied on coffee just to stay awake through 2 jobs. 6 to 8 cups a day, always on an empty stomach. He couldn't lift heavy boxes anymore. His arms felt weak, and he was constantly exhausted despite the caffeine. When we changed one simple thing, eating before his coffee, his body transformed. He regained his strength. His energy stabilized. Today, he coaches his grandson's little league team. All because he learned that coffee is not breakfast. Let's talk about everyone's favorite high-protein breakfast. Bacon may look innocent, but what's inside it isn't. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites, chemicals that preserve flavor and color. But once they reach your stomach, they form nitrosamines, toxic compounds that inflame and damage your muscle fibers. Think of it as setting off tiny explosions inside your muscles, over and over again. One of my patients, Sarah, 67, used to start every morning with 2 strips of bacon and a sausage patty. She thought it was good protein, but her muscles were deteriorating. She couldn't lift grocery bags. Her hands trembled, and she felt decades older. When she eliminated processed meats and replaced them with real, unprocessed protein, she regained her strength, and even joined a ballroom dancing class. She looked at me and said, "I feel alive again." Now this one surprises people. Oatmeal and low-fat milk, it sounds so clean, right? But without fat, your body can't absorb the vitamins that protect and rebuild muscle, A, D, E, and K. Those vitamins simply pass through your body unused. Worse, skim milk alters the protein structure, forcing your body to steal minerals like calcium and magnesium from your muscles to digest it, so you're actually robbing your own body while thinking you're feeding it. Dorothy, a retired bank manager, followed this heart-healthy breakfast for 15 years. Yet she grew weaker and shakier each year. When we switched her to whole milk and added muscle-building foods, she regained her strength, even her confidence to lift her granddaughter again. She told me, "I feel stronger at 69 than I did at 55. Refined cereals are the ultimate marketing trick. They say fortified with vitamins, but what they don't say is they're stripped of the amino acids your muscles need. Without those amino acids, your body panics and starts breaking down its own muscle just to get them." And to make it worse, the processing that makes those cereals crispy also adds anti-nutrients that block you from absorbing protein later in the day. So even if you eat chicken or fish for lunch, your breakfast cereal has already sabotaged your muscle repair for the next 24 hours. Harold, a 71-year-old retired carpenter, used to eat Raisin Bran every morning for 20 years. When he came to see me, his hands shook too much to carve wood, the craft he loved. After removing cereals and switching to real protein, he got his steady hands back. Now he's building furniture again. He said, "I feel like I got my craftsman's hands back." And here's the one that surprises almost everyone. Orange juice, apple juice, even those green smoothies from the store, they're sugar bombs in disguise. Without fiber or protein, that sugar floods your bloodstream, spikes insulin, and shuts down muscle repair. It doesn't matter if it's natural sugar. Your body reacts the same way. You're feeding inflammation, not your muscles. If you want to drink something in the morning, make it water, green tea, or a smoothie with real protein and healthy fat, not liquid candy. Now that you know what's stealing your strength, let's talk about what gives it back. I've watched hundreds of my patients turn their lives around, not with supplements or expensive powders, but by changing what they eat within the first hour of waking up. Greek yogurt is one of the most powerful muscle-building foods on the planet. Each cup has about 20 grams of complete protein and, most importantly, leucine, the amino acid that flips on your muscle-building switch. I tell my patients to eat it plain, full fat, within 30 minutes of waking. Add a handful of walnuts or berries. This simple meal feeds your muscles exactly what they need after a night of repair. It's quick, it's affordable, and it works. Eggs are the gold standard of protein, 9 essential amino acids perfectly balanced. And here's the secret. The yolk holds half the protein and nearly all the vitamin D, the hormone that tells your muscles to grow. So don't fear the yolk. Cook your eggs gently, scrambled, poached, or soft-boiled. And if you can, cook them in coconut oil or grass-fed butter. That healthy fat helps your body absorb those vitamins that make your muscles thrive. Avocado is my favorite underrated muscle food. Its healthy fats boost testosterone and growth hormone, both critical for maintaining muscle after 50. It's also rich in potassium, which prevents cramps and supports strong contractions. I often tell my male patients, you don't need another supplement. You just need half an avocado with breakfast. Spread it on eggs or mix it into your yogurt. It turns your meal into a muscle-building powerhouse. Lean meats provide the most concentrated, natural form of protein your body can use. They're rich in creatine and B vitamins, which help your muscles turn protein into actual strength. Even a few ounces in the morning can make a difference. I tell patients, grill it lightly, slice it, and add it to your eggs or wrap it in a lettuce leaf. Simple, clean, effective. These are nature's multivitamins, packed with omega-3s, zinc, and magnesium. the minerals that directly activate over 300 enzymes responsible for muscle repair. They reduce inflammation, stabilize energy, and protect your cells from oxidative damage. Soak them overnight to improve digestion, and add them to your Greek yogurt or oatmeal. It's one of the easiest ways to keep your muscles young. Here's my secret weapon: cottage cheese. It's rich in casein protein, which digests slowly and feeds your muscles for hours. When you combine it with berries, the antioxidants protect your muscle cells while the protein keeps repairing them all morning. It's comfort food for your muscles, creamy, gentle, and powerful. I often tell my patients this: the way you start your morning decides the way your body ages. If you feed your muscles sugar and chemicals, you'll keep shrinking, feeling smaller, weaker, older. But if you feed them protein, fat, and real nutrients, you can literally turn back your biological clock. Think about it. Your body is not fighting against you. It's waiting for you to give it the right tools. When I see my patients months after they've made these changes, walking taller, smiling more, playing with their grandchildren, it reminds me why I love this work. Because growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It can mean growing wiser, stronger, and freer if you know how to nourish yourself right. So if you've learned something today, promise me this: tomorrow morning, before you pour that coffee or grab that toast, pause. Ask yourself, is this food helping me build the body I want to live in? If the answer is no, you already know what to do. Replace those muscle-stealing breakfasts with the ones that rebuild you from the inside out. You'll be amazed how fast your energy, balance, and confidence return. And if this message helped you, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. Because there are millions of men and women out there who don't realize their morning routine is quietly taking away their strength. You can change that, starting tomorrow morning. I'm Dr. Amelia, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your body, and it will take care of you.